Hot chocolate. Oh, that's hot. Good. Okay, not about hot chocolate. I'm going to do a quick little showcase tutorial on blue tape on glass beds, or blue tape on any bed, applying the blue tape. There's a lot of print bed preferences. You can use glass, you can use Lexan, you can use PEI, you can use, they all work. I've gone back to blue tape myself. For general purposes, I use PEI and blue tape depending on what I'm doing, for a lot of reasons. I'll get into that in another video. They all work. Whatever your preference is, that's fine. I still highly recommend beginners use blue tape. If you screw something up, you're not hurting anything. The blue tape's fairly easy to replace and reapply. The biggest thing I've noticed is beginners and a lot of people can't get the blue tape to line up. They're always overlapping it, or they have big gaps. Now, you'll always have a little gap, because even if you line it up perfectly, the minute you heat your bed, if you heat your bed, the blue tape it actually shrinks. That's its characteristic. But if you use blue tape and you'd like to get it as tight as possible on the joint, this is how you do it. Now, I learned all of this because I've been using blue tape for about 30 years. Not as a printer, but as a painting / general contractor. That's what I do for real life, is I'm a carpenter. I do some painting. I try and do less and less of it because I just like doing it. But I learned some tips and tricks on using blue tape, speak Tom, blue tape, using blue tape and how to apply it and get it, nice straight lines and everything. So I'm going to share this little itty bitty tip with you on this very cold and frigid New England day. Let's get to it. Alright, blue tape. Now I'm doing it on glass. It's what I normally do. You can print directly on glass. It's actually why I started doing it, is because sometimes I'd print directly on glass with purple glue, the Elmer's glue. But then I could also just print on the tape. Now I get dozens and dozens of prints per taping because I've gotten pretty good at setting my height. But as a beginner, you will quite often tear, damage, or otherwise screw up your blue tape. Let's pretend I damaged my blue tape. This is actually getting old anyways. So, I damaged my blue tape. I tear it off. It's very simple. First thing you should do is have everything ready. Alright, let's do a little blue tape repair. My blue tape fell apart. Now, I'm not going to go into laying the whole thing, because that actually applies to laying the whole thing. You just start at the end and work your way across. But if you get the nice wide blue tape and you damage the middle piece, you don't have to replace them all. You can lay new blue tape in. And this, again, applies to just applying it the first time even. Now, the biggest thing most people do is overlap it. They lay it on there and they can't get it straight. It's very difficult. Here's the trick. And this actually works better with the cheap stuff than it does with this 3M. I have more difficulty with this 3M, so you might actually see that I'm having difficulty with the 3M. But I really should have everything ready all together, because the very first thing you want to do is clean it. And the best way to clean it is a good old paper towel and some rubbing alcohol. Preferably 70 or 90%, nothing less than that. Really don't need the mint flavor either. Put a little dab of rubbing alcohol in the paper towel. Make sure it's not dripping wet. I always just kind of dab it into a dry spot and wipe it off. That's simple. And then dry it with a dry piece. Now, actually applying the blue tape. This is easy. It's a lot easier than you think. Everyone just tries to get it and tries to line it up. That's not how you do it. What you do, and I learned this years and years ago, is you take it, blue tape is flexible. You can actually curl it. I don't know if you can see this in the camera the way I'm doing it, but you can curl it. If you take your fingers, press it against your finger, you can actually twist it. what you want to do is twist it up so the bottom actually arcs down, and you stand it up. And then, when I need my glasses because I can't see what I'm doing without them, and then you just butt it in. And you can literally come along and butt it in. Then, once it's butted in, you bring one side or the other up to the edge. Boom, you're done. Look at how perfect that is. Run your finger down the middle, run your hand down each side. It lines up every time that way. You'll always get a nice, even, tight seam. You can fill in the middle that way. It's very easy. It does take a little practice. I mean, I do it very easily because I've been doing it for years and years and years and years. But that's how you get an almost perfect seam with your blue tape. And that's pretty much it. When you're all done with that, take your moistened alcohol rag and just wipe it off. Cut any excess away that you don't want. Boom, done. Blue tape is applied. Make sure it's nice and flat. And that's it. If you use this method, it'll make applying blue tape a lot easier and less stressful, and you can do it more often and you'll have less problems with it. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think, if you like it, if you do it, if it saved you time, or if not. Enjoy.